Hello there, how are you? All right? We're halfway, almost at the end of January now, aren't we? And it's not been too cold, to be honest, have it? But anyway, I wanted to show you the experience I've had with two companies. One absolutely fantastic service. That would be American Express, okay? That's going to come up within the conversation. And the other one is the Gadget Centre. Some of you may know my old laptop that I use to video stream the karaoke from the PAR. It also doubles up as my backup laptop. If the main one was to fail, I can swap laptops and carry on and doing the karaoke night. So I thought I'd order a new one because I've been having a lot of trouble with it over the last couple of years, to be honest. It gets stuck, it freezes. So it was time for a new one. But as is the case with my computers up at the luxury waterside media centre, the Caravan, I thought I'd buy a refurbished one this time, as they are, and they're fine. I don't really have much problems with those, except for the fact that they get very damp and then start rusting inside. Anyway, so I found a company called the Gadget Centre. They were advertised all over Facebook. Literally, every time I logged onto Facebook, there they were. And all the comments looked fine to me. I thought, the only thing is, when you see a lot of comments for something and there's no bad ones, that kind of makes me think, oh, I don't know about this. Are they writing their own comments? But you don't know. So I took it all in consideration and I thought, yeah, let's buy one from them. So remember, it's called the Gadget Centre. And here's the story. On January the 14th, I ordered a laptop from the Gadget Centre. Now, you can figure this yourself. You choose the processor, how much memory, how big the hard drive is, and they make it from bits of old computers. Fantastic way of recycling. There was a little bit of that in it for me as well. I quite like to do that sort of thing. So I built this laptop and I ordered it, and the total cost was £349.99, which was about 150 quid less than what one would buy new. Okay, as in brand new. So I put this order in, and right at the bottom of the order, it said delivery, DPD shipping, 2 days. And I thought, well, that's fantastic, because it was Sunday. I'm not going to count Sunday. That would be unfair. So Monday, Tuesday, I thought, I'll have that Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So we got to Wednesday, and nothing happened. There was nothing there on Wednesday. So on the 17th of January, I think that was the Wednesday, 17th of January, I thought I'd just pop them a little email off. It's not that important that it gets to me in 2 or 3 days, but I'd like to know when it comes. You know what I mean? Ideally, I'd want it by sort of Thursday, but if it doesn't arrive Thursday, it doesn't matter if we go for another weekend. I'm being unable to stream the karaoke. It doesn't matter. But the fact that I haven't got a backup there worries me a bit, So I sent them a little email on the Wednesday the 17th. Hello, can you tell me when is the expected delivery date? Thank you. And that was it. Sent it off to them. And I fairly quickly received an email back within sort of 10 minutes saying, Dear Chris, usual old crap that these companies send you. Dear Chris, we would like to acknowledge that we have successfully received your request and a ticket has been created. A support representative will be reviewing your request and send you a personal response. Due to a recent rise in demand and popularity, which as this in turn has resulted in a large influx of orders, our current response time is 1 to 3 business days. Fine, no problem at all with that, right? So I waited. That was the 17th. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Remember, a couple of days are the weekend there, of course, Friday and Saturday. But nevertheless, I thought 5 days, no, that's long enough. And I'm wondering now, because no one's coming back to me, you see. We've had no email to say the orders are a little bit delayed. No one's responded to my email. I'm thinking, have I been scammed here? You know what I mean? So I sent a letter to PayPal, contacted PayPal, who told me, okay, where now send us an email, tell us what's happened. We will pass it on to the people selling the products, in this case the Gadget Centre, and see what they've got to say. Okay, and then it says, if you're unable to resolve this issue with the seller, you can escalate it to a claim before the 11th of February. Otherwise, this case will automatically be closed on the 11th of February. Once a case has been closed, it can't be reopened or escalated to a claim, which was fairly... I didn't really like that reply from PayPal, to be honest. It was a bit wishy-washy, shall we say. It was like, well, where's pass on your email, see what happens. You know, and you need to give it time. So I left that. That was on the 22nd of January. I waited another 2 days, and on the 24th of January, still no response at all from the Gadget Centre. And meanwhile, I have also sent them a message in private on their Facebook Messenger system, and they replied that they didn't respond to messages on the Facebook. Please use the email, which I've already done. And I also put a message underneath their advert in the comments section saying, you know, please tell me, is this computer coming, or what basically in words of saying. So another couple of days have passed now, and it's now the 24th of January, and I am convinced I've been scammed. Because we hear these stories all the time of stuff that's advertised on Facebook and various other places. People send the money and nothing happens. And I give people a chance, you know, but perhaps I won't give them as long as other people, because I always feel that there's a time limit here. You know, if you think there's something wrong, you need to act now. None of this business, oh, you need to give them a little bit longer. No, it said on the original invoice 2 days. That was on the 14th. It's now the 24th. 10 days have now passed. No email from the company. No sign of a laptop. So I rang up American Express, and I can't tell you how pleased and fantastic the service was with them. A delightful lady answered. She asked me what the problem was. I ran through the problem. She says, so you ordered it on the 14th. They said 2 days. It's now the 24th. Yeah, no, I think you've done the right thing calling us. And I can't remember the whole of the conversation, but all I remember was at no time did I feel worried that I'd lost £349. Within 4 minutes of me speaking to this lady, the money had been placed back on my American Express card. And I've since had an email from them. Thanks for reaching out about the transaction from the Gadget Centre laptops. We've reviewed the information you provided for the charge in question. We have applied a credit of £349.99 to your account, which will replate the amount previously under review. You will see this amount credited on the upcoming statement. And actually, if you log on to the app, it's there straight away. And then, fair enough, it goes on to say, please keep in mind that if the merchant does send us documentation to support the charge at a later date, we may reverse the credit applied to the account, which is fair enough. And I cannot fault American Express. Really, really, really good service. Very impressed. The lady on the phone was very attentive. She didn't keep butting in and coming out with all sorts of rules and regulations. She sat there and she listened, and she spent quite a lot of time reassuring me as well. We're pleased to have had you as an American Express customer for so many years, and all this business. And I said to her, I said, I've never had anything like this happen before. I said, but I just do think I've been scammed. And she thought, no, that's fair comment. They said 2 days, you've given them 10. End of. And basically, I put the phone down feeling much, much happier with that. So that was on the 24th of January. Well, blow me down, the next day, on the 25th, I get an email from the Gadget Centre. Your order has been shipped. Your laptop has now finished being prepared with your chosen specification. It's been fully tested, cleaned and packaged, ready for shipping. Please allow 1 to 3 working days. DHL or DPD delivery. Okay? And there's a little thing from DP delivery with a tracking thing and that. I thought, you must be joking. You must be joking. You haven't at any point told me that this laptop is going to arrive or is going to arrive late. The whole thing about this, of course, is excuse me, as if they had emailed me and said, we're very sorry, there's a little bit of a delay with the laptops. Instead of being 2 days, it's going to be 10 or 12. That would have been fine. Wouldn't have had a problem with that. But they didn't. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera there, aren't I? I've been looking at the wrong camera. But they didn't tell me. So I had no idea whether this... I seriously thought I was being scammed. That's why I contacted American Express and just total 100%, 110% credit to them for what they did. Anyway, so that arrived. I then sent them another message here by email. Okay? I have tried to, and I sent this within half an hour of receiving the thing from DPD. I've tried to contact you 3 times by email, Facebook message and Facebook wall since last week. As this was taking so long, I felt scammed as you didn't reply. So contacted American Express, who have now refunded me. Do not send this item. It will be rejected and sent back to you. I suggest in future you keep in constant contact with your customers to avoid this happening. Dreadful service. And that's all I wrote. Incidentally, just going back to the American Express, after the lady had refunded my money, I'm going to turn this camera around because I keep looking in the wrong blooming one. There we are. That won't happen anymore. I did ask the lady at American Express, was it okay now to go and order another laptop from someone else? And she said, yes, no problem at all with that. And I said to her, what if the original one now turns up at the door? What do I do? She said, refuse it at the door and it will go back to them. Okay, thank you very much. And after I finished with the American Express lady, I then went straight on the internet to Amazon and I ordered, in this case, a brand new laptop, an Acer, a little bit dearer. This was just a touch under £500, but that was ordered off Amazon. That would have been on Thursday. Was it on Thursday, 25th, was it? 25th, hang on, let's have a look. I think it was Thursday. Yeah, I ordered that on the same day that I had the business with American Express, right? And they said it would come by Saturday, which was fine. No problem at all with that. So I sent the letter then, the email to Gadget Centre, telling them not to deliver it and they were dreadful service. And back comes the automated email again. Dear Chris, we would like to acknowledge that we have successfully received your request, which is the email I just sent. A support representative will be reviewing your request and so on and so forth. I thought, oh, God, what is the point of that? Right? So that's on the 25th. On the 27th, DPD tried to deliver to me. Right? I was in. I heard the door go. I put a note on the door in case it's happening. DPD, please do not try and deliver this laptop to me or any of my neighbours. Please send it back. It will be rejected at the door. So the bloke's knocked on the door. He must have seen the note I put on the door because it was big. It was a big thing on there, right? So he waited a while and then he filled out this card, which he did not post in my letterbox, but threw it on the ground in front of my door. So all on camera, because I've got a couple of little cameras, not one, there's 2 cameras out the front there, right? So that's it. And then I get an email about a few hours later, and you couldn't make this up. Sorry our driver missed you. We've taken your parcel to the nearest DPD pickup shop and your local post office, which is the one just down the road from me. And they give the address. You can collect your parcel on tomorrow, the 28th of January. You just couldn't make this up, could you? So I've now got that, and I thought, why have you sent it there? I told you to just send it back to the other people. And then, so that was the 27th. And then on the 27th, I get an email from the Gadget Centre. Hello, Chris. First and foremost, our sincere apologies for the delay and the inconvenience this may have caused. You just imagine if I'm a business, yeah? And I wanted that thing quick, and it said 2 days. First and foremost, our sincere apologies for the delay and the inconvenience it may be caused. We've recently had a major increase in orders and demand, plus back-to-back unexpected staff shortages, which have left the operational side of the business running on overdrive and struggling to catch up with the order pile-up. As a small startup business with limited HR recruiting abilities, it has made finding temporary cover extremely difficult. We're working our very hardest to restore operations back to normal. We want to make it clear that normally like this, things are running smoothly. We hate leaving our customers in the dark like this. Therefore, our sincere apologies for the communication. Here it comes. I've just looked up your order and can see it's now been delivered to your local pickup point and is ready for collection. Once again, our deep apologies for the delay. We're really underwater at the moment, but things are beginning to improve. The last thing we want is our business image and reputation to suffer during these temporary turbulent times. Thank you. Taylor, the Gadget Centre. Which is all well and good. But if you don't what would you think? If you ordered something 2 days, then you started emailing a company, and no one was coming back to you, what would you think? Would you not think you'd been scammed and do something about it? The people that lose money are them people that sit there, I'll give it another few days. No! Someone could have been off with my 350 quid. Not a small amount to lose. So, I got that. And, I replied to that. Let me see if I can find the reply now. I thought I had all this up here in front of me. How disappointing for me. No, it's not there now, is it? I basically... hang on. I should be able to find this again. It's ready to be collected. There we are. Okay. And I replied to that. Hi Taylor, I thank you for your reply, but too late to resolve the lateness of the order and my emails and Facebook messages that I've sent over the last week. And then I told them I thought I'd been scammed, as no communication coming back for you. I therefore contacted American Express, who have refunded me on the basis of you not communicating with me and not delivering in 2 days, as you said on the invoice. I'm rejecting the delivery due to the problems you caused me, and am now in receipt of a laptop from Amazon, which came a day earlier. That came in 2 days. They promised 3. It came in 2. I will not be going to collect anything from the post office, so you will have to get it back from them. This is your fault. Very disappointed in the service, Chris. And the reply to that was, hello, Chris. I completely understand, and I can only apologise for my delayed response. And that's the story. And like I say, all it would have taken is for them to respond to the email and say, we're very sorry, it's going to be a bit late. Craziness. But absolute, again, top marks to American Express to be on the ball like that, you know. And I'm sure most of you know this, but just in case some of you don't know that, when you use a credit card, you have so much power behind you. Who's going to muck around with American Express or Visa or Access or someone like that? All these little companies are nothing in comparison to them. So when you get them involved, things start to happen. I don't think it's the same as on a debit card. If you lose money on a debit card, it can be a job getting it back. So don't ever use a debit card unless you're one of those people that doesn't have a credit card because you can't control your spending. I get that. I know many, many people like that who just don't have a credit card because they can't control what they spend on it. But if you do, always order stuff with your credit card. You have so many rights and so much backup from these large organisations. All right? If you've got any stories like that, I'd love to hear them. You can send an email if you want. The email address is slightly different now. It's chris@chrisriordan.co.uk. All right, my email address. I don't think I've got a slide up here with my email. Let me have a quick look. It's probably the old one, yeah. chris@chrisriordan.co.uk is my email address. All right, if you've got any stories like that, we'd love to hear them, and perhaps I could read them out to other people there. And talking about emails and messages, thank you very much. Just in case you're wondering, the shoulder is coming along painfully slowly, but I am back at work now, doing karaoke twice a week. That's on Friday and You lost my audio then, didn't you? I can sort that 1 minute and copy. Hang on, stay there. There you are, you got me? That's better. There we go. Karaoke every Friday and Saturday night. If you fancy a little bit of sing-along, I do host that. I try and make it funny. It's not a serious night. Karaoke every Friday and Saturday at Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross in London, 7:30 until 11 o'clock. We can get very busy there sometimes. So if you turn up at sometimes 10 o'clock, even a little bit earlier than that, and you want to sing a song, sometimes we run out of space. So try and get there early if you want to do that, okay? Meanwhile, as I say, the shoulder's coming along very slowly. I'm doing all the physio that's been given to me. I've started going to the swimming pool now. I can only really swim with this arm. With this arm not doing a lot, which means some of the time I'm going around in circles, but that's okay. I walk up and down in the swimming pool for about half hour to 40 minutes. I walk to and from the swimming pool, which is about 25 minutes each way. So I'm getting plenty of exercise, just not really that arm, other than the physio they're giving me. And I'm also using the steam room and the bubble pool thing. I don't know what that's called now. What's it called? Bubble hot bath, hot tub type thing that they have, in Sports Centre. I'm using that as well now, which I never used before. So that's quite relaxing and nice to do that. And while I'm in the pool, sometimes I do some of my physio. I'm a bit funny in that bubble pool. I don't like to be in there with other people, unless they're decent looking. Certainly no one my own age. Anyway, so that's that at the moment. So it's coming along nicely, and thank you, those of you that have sent private messages and things like that, checking on me and how well I was. Okay, going on to your comments from our last video, and thank you so much for all your comments. Don't forget to hit a like. If you like what you're seeing, please hit a like and perhaps share the show with other people. First of all, in the order they came in, Dons, hello Dons, says, keep on doing those exercises, Chris, your recovery is coming along very well, albeit a slow process. A very slow process, Dons. Or Don, is it Donnies? Dons? I can only read the name of your YouTube username. If you want me to use your proper name, always put that in your comments. All right, my loves. And yes, it is really painfully slow. It's like millimetres each week of how far you've moved along. I tell you what I can do now that I couldn't do before. I can now brush my teeth with my right hand, although you'll notice, like when I put this arm up to brush my teeth, right? Okay? But this arm, the shoulder comes up as well. Now, I don't know if that's something that gets better or that's how it is now. I don't seem to be able to put this arm up without putting my shoulder up, you see? So I can now brush my teeth, but I couldn't get up there before. And that just clicked then. There was a click there. It's not painful, it's just a bit odd. I can't remember if I told you last time. Think if you're on a bike and the chain just slips one little cog. Sometimes the chain slips a little bit. It's a bit like that. Feels a little bit like that. Now and again you get a click there. Friday night was doing it quite a lot, but it's kind of settled down a bit now, so I'm not quite sure what that is. I have got physio this Thursday coming, so I'll ask the lady if that's anything to sort of know about or do something to it, okay? So yes, very, very slow indeed. It's not like something, like if you've got a cold or flu or some other illness, and sometimes and you've been bad for quite some time, and you go to bed, and one morning you wake up and you go, oh, I feel a lot better today. Not like that, I'm afraid. Not this sort of thing. It's just so painfully slow. Lee Toby. Hello, Lee. Hello, Lee. You're the Lee who made me T-shirts ages and ages ago, aren't you? Have I got any left? Have I got any of those? I don't think I've got any left to do. I think Lee's the one who made me some T-shirts. God, years ago now, wasn't it? And Lee says, hi, Chris, well done with the exercises. You don't realise how much you take basic movements for granted. No, you don't. You don't. I've been telling myself today, because it gets to you. It really does get to you. At the moment, I'm fine because I'm here talking to you. Do you know what I mean? But it does get to you when you're maybe sitting there in front of the telly, or even sometimes when I'm with my mate, he's had to come over and put his arm around me because I've been a little bit down, just one of those things. And it gets to you. And the other day I was telling myself, Well, you know, you've got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 legs, and an arm that still works. Why are you worrying about one? Do you know what I mean? I try and tell myself things like that. How lucky I am. There's plenty of people worse than me. Time Lord 74. Hello, Time Lord 74. In the previous video, we were talking about the ITV Player and how painfully slow it is on my telly and my mates. You push a button, you wait seconds. If you missed that video, I think that might... it's the one before this one, okay? So just go down one, all right? It's all about the ITVX and how dreadful that is on my telly. And Time Lord 74 says, same for us, Chris. Brand new TV. Thought it was the signal as we live in a valley. In the valley. You live in the valley. They live in a valley. But iPlayer is much faster. Hope your shoulder is improving. Take care. And that's from Lisa. See? So she has a problem with her iPlayer, her ITVX as well. All the other ones are fine. You know, Netflix, BBC iPlayer, that's probably the fastest one of the lot. The Amazon free videos that you get on there, YouTube, it all fires up. The ITVX player is just horrendously slow on my telly and others. Just a minute now, it's my mate. Hello. All right, I'm just recording a little video.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to talk to me? I can pause it. Oh, I think that's picking you up, Ron. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to cut the audio for a minute, viewers. Well, that turned out to be longer than I thought it was going to be. Look at the time now. Did you see the clock jump? I had to edit this. I was going to just do it right the way through. Now I've had to edit the damn thing. Anyway, there we go. That's how it is. That's my mate on the phone there. I've got to show you something else someone's brought me in a minute. Where are we now? Where did we get to? Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Lisa. Very slow, very slow. Alex Brun, hello, Alex, who said, might give the ITV player a go from the other side of the world. I've got a few platforms from the UK for UK TV on my desktop. Might give that a go on the telly. So see how you get on. I don't know if the ITV player works abroad, if you've got a telly there. User TC8JP and lots of other letters there. Hello to you. Yep, ITV player noticeably slow. That's a long word. Noticeably slow and clunky. Hope your recovery is as swift it can be. Thank you very much for your kind words there. Hello to user KK9Z. Doing these exercises, I think that's probably JP. He said, the exercises are called dynamic tension force with your poor hand against your good hands in all directions. Example, 10 seconds up with your right hand, push the same hand down with your left hand, in with your right hand and push back with your left. Do that in every position until you're able to do it with your right hand. Get soon, mate. Thank you very much, JP. Paul, evening Paul H, says, I have no issues with ITVX. Alas, I use it on the Fire TV box. It loads up within 10 seconds. Is your ITVX updated to the latest version? That's perhaps why. Yes, it is. It's the first thing I checked. If your TV set is to update apps automatically, it should do that. Or you could try taking the app off and reinstalling it. I tried that as well, if it allows you to. My parents use ITVX on a Sky Q box that works, no problems, is also quick to load. So, you know, he doesn't have a problem with his. Hopefully you'll get the full movement back in not too long with your arm and shoulder. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it worries me that it's not going to be what it was, but, you know, it is what it is. I have to keep my fingers crossed for that. Thank you, Paul. Hello to Martin. Martin Brooks says, I agree. ITV Player is very poor. I now have high-speed internet at home, and it is still the worst. Yeah, me too. I've got 265 meg coming down there. The worst part of it is when it crashes during adverts. So I no longer use it at all. Well, Martin, I sometimes after the adverts, there's then a long gap where you've got a blank screen before it comes on again. I've realised that you've got to be patient and just wait for it to come back again. Mine hasn't actually crashed where it's not come back at all, but I've waited 10 seconds for the damn thing to... It goes black screen and then nothing for about 10 seconds. And again, same at my mate's house, you know. What's on your channel says, how old's the Samsung TV? Only about 3 years. Nice big one. And finally, Luke Bickers says, it's not just you, Chris. The ITV X Player is awful. Whoever designed it needs to take a course in web design. I'm sure people are put off and don't use it because of this problem. So thank you very much for that, Luke. All right. Finally, I just wanted to say thank you very much. I know he watches the show, to Oliver, who bought me a little Christmas gift. He's one of my karaoke people. Right, there it is. It's great, isn't it? And I called him up to sing his song a couple of Fridays ago. And he said, well, I haven't seen you before Christmas. I said, well, where's my Christmas present? You bought me one last year. And he said, oh, I forgot. It's in my bag. I was so embarrassed. I wish I hadn't said anything. There it is. And he bought me a set of these lovely Spice Girls stamps from the dreaded post office. No one likes the post office anymore, do they? But the stamps are absolutely gorgeous. Something I used to collect. I've got a few first day covers, but I never really looked after them. And a lot of them have been sort of eaten around the edges because I kept them in a shed by snails. Yeah, they seem to take a liking to paper, don't they? Thanks for joining us on the show there. I'm still doing my regular daily radio show. You can find that Monday to Friday between 9 and 10 o'clock. It's dance music on there. We have a couple of little competitions, bit of a chat really. It's great fun doing that, and I'd love you to join me there. Monday to Friday, reachonair.com. Okay, between 9 and 10 o'clock. You can also watch the show on TikTok. We can't do it on YouTube because of copyright restrictions, but they do allow it on TikTok. And my TikTok username is Chris Reardon UK. So just type in Chris Reardon UK on the TikTok and you should find me there. Hit the subscribe button. It'll let you know whenever there's a little show about to start, okay? I also do Tuesday night on the same radio station and again on TikTok. There you go. Live on TikTok, Chris Reardon UK is the name on there. The Tuesday night show, the music is different to the regular daytime show in that it includes everything. We do everything on a Tuesday night, really. Okay, and you can also hear that on reachonair.com. If you want to listen on your smart speaker, that's really easy. All you've got to say is the lady's name, play radio station, Reach on Air, and she should come through in very high quality on your various smart speakers that you've got, all right? Thanks for joining us. Another show for you very soon. Bye-bye.